Hey there everybody, this is PotterBrony and welcome to another blind reaction of Death Battle. This time we have Dragonzord versus Mechagodzilla. Okay, now while I did watch a Power Rangers when I was a kid, I am going to be rooting for Mechagodzilla because he's just much cooler. So I'm not really sure who would win this one. I don't know enough about either one of them to really definitively say which one's more powerful, but Mechagodzilla just seems like the winner to me. And the little bit that I know about them, he's very, like, when you could go toe to toe with Godzilla, then you got some power in your corner. And not to say that Dragonzord they haven't defeated powerful enemies with that, but still. Mechagodzilla is an icon. Yeah, so let's go with him, and let's see what Death Battle has to say about it. Alright, as always, the link is in the description below. Be sure to support Death Battle. And let's get it going in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Fun fact, did you know 66% of men lose their hair by age 35? Well, maybe
yeah?
not so fun, but Hims is here to help as the one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. It's real easy to get started. Death Battle viewers can get a trial month of Hims for just $5 right now while supplies last. See website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds from a typical pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/deathbattle.
Yeah.
That's forhims.com/deathbattle. forhims.com/deathbattle.
We heard you the first 2 times.
Whether they are benevolent deities or harbingers of doom, dragons are freaking awesome.
Hell yeah! Especially
True.
The robot kind, like the Dragonzord, piloted by the Green Power Ranger.
And Kiru, the dangerous and mysterious Mechagodzilla.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright.
After being stuck in a garbage can for 10,000
Dragonzord
years,
first.
the evil Rita Repulsa was understandably pretty pissed. So, she decided to destroy the world. Hey, I'd be
What I
mad
remember,
too.
yeah, is
That's
that
a hell of a hot take.
Dragonzord
So Earth's
and the Green
Guardian
Ranger were
Zordon put a plan into motion.
created to go
Five
against the
heroic
Power
teenagers would
Rangers
defend the
until
planet with their dino
he joined them.
Zords. They were the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
You'd think a bunch of kids in spandex would have a tough time fighting an ancient witch, but they got used to taking out her weekly monsters pretty quick, like a normal 9 to 5, just with giant robots.
But Rita had a plan. If her creatures could not defeat the heroes, she would create her own ranger.
The Green Ranger, along with his robo-reptile, the Dragonzord.
At 90 meters tall and nearly 200 tons, the Dragonzord proved a match for the other Rangers, even their Megazord.
Dragonzord's got a heavy-duty arsenal, like finger missiles. It's like flicking the gunk from under your nails at people, but it explodes.
Why do you have gunk under your fingers?
To flick at
For
people.
weapons.
Duh. That fin isn't just a cool
Easy to
headpiece.
use projectiles.
It shoots energy waves. And if D-Zord feels like stomping around, watch out for literally shocking earthquakes.
Despite such long-range weaponry, the Dragonzord seems best suited to fighting up close with its strong grappling arms and highly flexible drill tail. This drill is so impressive, it cut through a cocoon prison even the supposedly superior Megazord couldn't escape.
Yeah, that thing's 5 Zords in one. Guess teamwork doesn't always make the dream work.
The Dragonzord's pilot has even bested the other Rangers in combat on his own. Luckily, they helped him break free from Rita's control, and he eagerly joined their fight against the forces of evil. This is Tommy Oliver.
Tommy wasn't just some rando off the street. This guy is an expert martial artist and super dedicated to ranger work. So much so, he kept wearing the tights for years and even mentored other teams. He summons and controls the Dragonzord with the Dragon Dagger by playing it like a flute. Wait, are all knives secretly flutes?
They've never not been flutes.
Oh my god, really? Wait a minute, why didn't this come up in poultry science class?
Chickens don't like music?
How stupid do you think I am? Chickens love music! Ah! God, this is what they mean by a sharp note!
As the Green
Yeah,
Ranger,
that's exactly
Tommy
what they
draws
mean.
power from a universe-spanning energy called the Morphin Grid.
His grid connection powers the Dragonzord too. He's a superhero and a battery.
Though like most other Zords, enough damage can disrupt the Dragonzord's connection to the Morphin Grid and take it down for good.
But good luck trying. The Dragonzord is super strong. It made short work of Rita's monsters and even beat the Megazord, which has an average power output of 50,000 megavolts. That's the same kind of power as a nuclear warhead.
The Megazord was strong enough to punch a 10,000-ton monster about 40 meters off the ground, a punch worth 90 million newtons of force.
The big
That's
D
a hell of a hit.
fly past escape velocity and reach the moon. That's over 30 times the speed of sound.
The Dragonzord is also extremely durable, possibly more so than any other individual Zord of its generation. The Megazord once threw it into this mountain, which shattered. By comparing the known size of Dragonzord's foot to said mountain and applying
I
the
used to
energy
watch
necessary
this.
for violent fragmentation against rock, we determined the destructive force to be worth more than 350 tons of TNT.
Damn! The big dragon held its own against the upgraded Thunder Megazord, and even one-shot the White Tiger Zord, which was supposed to be its better in every way.
While it's unlikely the Dragonzord could actually defeat the Thunder Megazord on its own, it certainly stands a chance with its ultimate form.
That's right.
All
It's
right.
got a semi-Megazord mode of its own. While each Power Ranger has their own Zord, there's been a few times when a Ranger has called on other Zords, not to pilot directly, just to combine with theirs.
And so, Tommy can summon the Mastodon, Triceratops, and Saber-Tooth Tiger Zords to form Dragonzord Fighting Mode. Or Battle Mode. Or Dragon Megazord. He never really settled on a name.
Well, it's mighty powerful and turns its tail into a drill spear that kills basically everything in one shot. Seriously.
So he
he's
doesn't need
never
the other
lost a
three
battle
to
against
that he
anything Rita
brings
threw
into
at
this.
him. So, why don't they always use that?
And Rita's magic is devastating.
Well, you gotta
enough
build up to
obliterate
that.
An entire floating island.
Sadly, Tommy would lose his control of the Dragonzord when he lost his powers to his one weakness. A magic candle! Oh no! Look out for slowly dripping wax!
But powers or no powers, Tommy kept fighting the good fight, eventually regaining his original Morphin abilities with the Master Morpher. Perhaps one day, the Dragonzord will rise again. Dragonzord!
All right.
The year was 1954, less than a decade after Japan was bombarded with the first atomic weapons. The nuclear age had begun.
But one of these atomic weapons woke something up. Godzilla! This ginormous radioactive kaiju decimated Japan. Things looked pretty bad until a scientist deployed a bomb strong enough to kill the monster. The Oxygen Destroyer, which does exactly what it says on the tin.
Right. Dr. Serizawa's bomb could specifically target and destroy oxygen molecules, liquefying most living tissue. This weapon was so dangerous, Serizawa feared its very existence threatened the entire human race.
So he went down martyr style, taking out Godzilla and all knowledge of his weird bomb. All that remained was Godzilla's bones.
Probably for the best. Still, a weapon like that might have come in handy when, a few decades later, another Godzilla showed up.
Surprise!
Naturally.
bitches!
Turns out, Japan had been the target of many different types of kaiju for years, and had developed an anti-monster defense force to combat them.
Unfortunately, their super powerful maser cannons barely even scratched this new Godzilla. Just look at him. Didn't even care.
Like the Oxygen Destroyer before, Japan needed a new weapon to combat Godzilla. They gathered their foremost experts in the fields of robotics, microwaves, low-temperature physics, and someone whose work can only be described as cyber necromancy. Together, these leading scientists developed a revolutionary weapon like
Cyber
nothing
necromancy.
before it.
All right.
Mechagodzilla!
Sure, technically this isn't the first Mechagodzilla we've seen, but it's certainly the deadliest and the most unique. So much so, it was given its own distinct name, Kiru, a combination of kanji meaning machine and dragon.
Hear you? Sounds lame. I'll stick with Mechagodzilla, thank you. Standing 60
Does sound
meters
better.
tall and weighing 40,000 tons with full gear, this badass cyber monster is loaded with all sorts of weapons. Rocket launchers, rail cannons, grappling wires, spinning drill hands, a battering ram jetpack, and even retractable Assassin's Creed blades with an extra zap. And just like Zilla himself, Mecha G fires laser beams from his mouth. This twin maser cannon is twice as powerful as the maser guns that successfully killed other non-Godzilla giant monsters.
Kiryu is certainly skilled in melee combat and is surprisingly athletic for its size.
Look at it go!
However, with its enormous arsenal, it is far better suited to long-range strikes. Like with its ultimate weapon, the Absolute Zero Cannon.
Damn! So it's like a super
And
ice
what was
beam.
this from? This seems
As
like
the
the
name suggests,
80s.
it unequivocally brings its target's temperature to absolute
Or
zero,
2003.
or 0 Kelvin. But this beam isn't just freezing its target, it's literally destroying all of its existing energy at once. A practically impossible feat of physics. This results in crushing the entire target from within at an atomic level.
Oh my god. Zilla?
Yeah, that's a hell of a
Kiryu
weapon.
is actually built around the skeletal remains of the original Godzilla, giving them all the size and strength
The
of
cyber
King of the
necromancy.
monsters.
So it's kinda like they're pulling off a robotic weekend at Bernie's with old man Godzilla's bones? Amazing.
Kiryu also utilizes biochemical and molecular-based DNA computers, which are actually based on real-life experimental technology. This infused Godzilla's own DNA to improve operation speeds and give Kiryu subconscious motor control, sort of a simple AI, which lets it perform some limited actions on its own, exactly like my own Cyber Goose. With the skeleton of a goose and some extra parts I had lying around, I say he's a masterpiece of modern science.
Well, he's got two heads now, so do we call him a goose or a geese?
It's a goose, just one goose.
But two heads make two goose, therefore a geese.
It's a goose!
Oh yeah, this version's much better.
Kiryu is piloted by Lieutenant
How
Akane,
are you going to argue that?
a longtime member of the Anti-Megalosaurus Force, and your standard self-loathing anime protagonist.
She thinks she's
naturally.
worthless because she has no parents and accidentally got some of her friends killed. So now nobody really likes her, which is real bummer. But hey, cheer up, lady! You get to fight giant lizards with a big-ass killer robot, and that's freaking awesome!
Akane doesn't technically pilot from within Kiryu, but rather from a nearby jet plane, the AC-3 White Heron, which can fly over 900 kilometers per hour. Under Akane's control, Kiryu has battled Godzilla several times, and always came out on top.
But plot twist, Akane isn't Mechagodzilla's only pilot. It turns out there's someone else behind the controls. A ghost in the machine. It's the spirit of the original Godzilla! Surprise again, bitches! It's Ghost Robot!
The DNA mind of Godzilla can wrestle the mech from Akane at any point, causing her to lose complete control.
Giving the king another
So it can
chance
go
to
on its own
crash
completely.
Japan again. Always fun to relive the good old days.
Though it is strongly implied Akane and Kiryu came to an understanding of sorts, realizing that they were each shadows of a tragic past struggling to find purpose in life.
Like college roommates.
Regardless of who is steering the
Yeah.
ship, Kiryu is an extremely tough machine.
He's lifted and thrown Godzilla around like a sack of potatoes, and this version of the Big G weighed 25,000 tons.
Kiryu actually survived being at the epicenter of its own Absolute Zero blast, and multiple direct hits from Godzilla's atomic breath attack.
Which is even strong enough
Wait,
to
how many tons is
overpower
it? Like
the
200
Absolute
tons
Zero.
versus
Kiryu is even
20,000
fast enough to dodge
tons?
the atomic breath, which, based on this instance where an older Mechagodzilla forced the beam into space, likely travels faster than Mach 2 speeds. Kiryu itself could also fly from Alaska to the middle of Russia while carrying another kaiju in just a few minutes. Given how quickly Kiryu's fuel burns in flight, in order to make it, Kiryu was likely flying around Mach 40.
But that's sadly the Mecha Monster's biggest flaw. Its battery life is worse than the goddamn Nintendo Switch.
While the White Herons can use microwave
Okay,
tech
so-
to charge Kiryu on the fly, a full charge only runs for about 2 hours at most. And using more intensive features like jet flight
Well-
and the Absolute Zero Cannon drains it much, much faster. In fact, just one use of the Absolute Zero drains 40%.
But who cares when he's so badass he can tear you apart in just a few minutes? With all this power at his metal fingertips,
I think
this
the
is one epic
battery
machine.
power is going to be the deciding
No man
factor
or
because
beast
one
stands a
is
chance against the might of Mechagodzilla.
battery power doesn't last long,
お前にはわかるよね。
and the other only if it gets interrupted somehow from its mystical source,
All
like
right,
space
the
source.
batteries are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, I've got a kaiju-sized hunger that only Blue Apron can satisfy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
By now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S.
Choose your meals each week.
Yeah, I don't think I hit over the head with
Delivered
it.
to your doorstep and whip up a meal using the easy-to-follow directions provided.
Blue Apron offers 3 flexible plans, whether it be meals for 2, for 4, or the WW Freestyle plan. You have control over which meals you receive each week, and each delivery comes with easy-to-follow cooking instructions and all the ingredients you need. So say goodbye to those last-minute dashes to the grocery store. With Blue Apron's seasonally inspired and chef-curated recipes, you're not just making meals, you're making memories.
My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease. And as a thanks to you for watching this show, we have a deal you'd be crazy to say no to. To start making delicious, brag-worthy meals at home without the hassle, try Blue Apron.
Check out this week's menu and get $60 off at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Alright, let's get to the fight. Cool. Just right into it.
Ha! Nice work, Dragonzord! Let's crush this tin can!
I must have misheard the how much Dragonzord weighs. Like 200 tons doesn't seem... It seems like it'd be much more than that. Yeah, it's gonna miss, and it's gonna be wasted battery. Oh, didn't even get a shot off. Is she dead? Now it has to act on its own. Or, at the very least, connection is interrupted. It looked like she had survived crashes before.
This isn't working. We need more power! Come together! Buddy mode, powered up and ready for action! Let's finish this!
Yeah, I'm not sure about Mechagodzilla's chances now. What else did it have up his sleeve? I kind of... not entirely sure.
this.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no! Pull back! Pull back!
Yeah, if you could hit him with that, and you're done.
KO!
All right, awesome.
What a close one.
Finding the victor here wasn't easy. Both have performed amazing feats of strength and durability, and both wielded massive arsenals of unbelievable devastation.
All right,
McConaughey
it
definitely
didn't
proved
come down to
himself
batter
fighting
count, but it
Godzilla
came
a
down
few
to
times. Though Tommy did have way more experience
whether or not he could hit him
and
with the,
fighting monsters for years and years. Plus, he's a freaking superhero.
But while skill and experience are incredibly important, it doesn't always triumph over raw power.
That's what she said. I hope.
Compared to Kiddo, the Dragonzord was rather lightweight, with far less impressive feats of strength.
Yeah, well, Dragonzord could match the Megazord, who could lift a 10,000-ton monster. Mechagodzilla tossed around a 25,000-ton Godzilla, more than double the weight. Mecha G certainly had the advantage up close.
And also from a distance. Kiru's arsenal was overall better suited to long-range combat thanks to a wider assortment of missile and beam weapons. Simply put, Kiru possessed more options for controlling and ending this fight.
Like how they both had instant kill moves, but only one of those depended on getting right up close. Plus, while fighting mode's max power wasn't too clear, it could compete with the Thunder Megazord and Rita herself.
Remember how Rita blew up an island? Easily one of the most impressive destruction feats in the Ranger's early years. Based on this image, we can measure the exact scale of the island.
To blow that shit up, you'd need a blast of at least 2.6 gigatons of TNT.
That's,
so Dragonzord's Ultra Drill Stab was likely in the same ballpark in terms of power output.
However, this pales in comparison to the Absolute Zero Cannon. Here, it's destroying the real-life Prince Hotel New Tower and several surrounding buildings. Using the known scale of these structures, the energy output to destroy them must equal 128 teratons of TNT.
That's over 49,000 times more powerful.
Yeah, but a few
And
buildings
don't forget,
versus an island?
Mechagodzilla
I mean,
survived
wait, how big was the
the
island again?
this blast. There was no way Dragonzord could put down this tough son of a Zilla.
Dragonzord's arsenal and Tommy's skills certainly made this an intense match, but they were clearly outclassed by Kiru's awesome power and unwavering durability.
I'm just glad they didn't let the fight drag on.
The winner is Kiru.
Mechagodzilla!
Hey,
All
thanks
right.
for watching this episode. If you want
What's
the
we
battle
got
music
next?
for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link in the description below. And check out on the right side of the screen next to Ben, you can watch more stuff.
Next time. Sasuke versus Hiei. That should be interesting. I mean, it's been a while. Since I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. And I'm not all too familiar with Sasuke at his max power. I kind of tuned out near the end with Naruto. I don't watch Boruto. I know that him and Naruto are comparable to like god level character, like god level enemies. But you know, Hiei is a demon, so yeah, I'm not even gonna make a prediction on that one. I have no idea. I've forgotten enough about one and don't know enough about the other due to like kind of zoning out near the end of the series and just not really watching anymore. We're not really paying much attention to any of it. I don't know. I just kind of lost interest when it came to Naruto. It was good for a while, but it was just like, yeah. I kind of just watched the ending and not much leading up to it, so I don't know really much about Sasuke's true feats and strength and whatever. He was never my favorite character to begin with, so who cares? Anyway, so that fight went as well as I could have hoped. I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. As I said before, the link to the original is in the description below, and I'm going to end this one here. Until next time, take care. Bye.